Chapter 3.4 Addition and Subtraction of Fractions. Okay, let's consider this circle. Okay, this circle is divided into 8 pieces. Let's say this is a pizza. So let's say I ate 3 pieces. So 1, 2, 3 pieces. And your friend ate 2 pieces. 1 and 2. Then altogether, how many pieces have both of us eaten? That's how we add, right? So I ate 3 out of 8. So 3 out of 8 is 3 over 8. And your friend ate 2 pieces, so 2 out of 8, so 2 over 8. So we're going to add these two fractions. Then how do you add this one? Actually, we ate 5, right? 5. So it should be 5 over 8, right? 5 over 8. That's the number of pieces we ate. Right? So how did we come up with the result 5 over 8? What we did is we added the number of pieces, right? Number of pieces all together. So here's the hint. When you add fractions with the same denominator, then just add the numerators. That's it. So the numerators are added and the denominator stays the same. That is how we add fractions with the same denominator. So to add fractions with the same denominators, add the numerators and place the sum over the common denominator. So the common denominator is same denominators, right? Same denominators. So we call this like denominators, right? Like denominator, like fractions. Like fractions means they share the same denominator. All right, so what we do is, since the denominators b are the same, right? B and b, right? B is same. So what we do is add the numerators. That's it. Also, since this is a fraction, make sure that the denominator is not equal to 0. Always keep in mind the denominator is not equal to 0. If the denominator is 0, then the fraction is undefined. All right, so how about this? Okay, I want to add these two fractions. So we're gonna, I ate 5 pieces out of 16, and your friend ate 7 pieces out of 16. So how many pieces did we eat altogether? 5 plus 7, right? 12 pieces out of 16. So 12 over 16. All right, then can we reduce this? Yes, we can reduce this one, right? So, okay, 12 and 16 is divisible by 4, right? Divisible by 4. So why don't we write it something like this? Okay, 4, this is 4 times 3. The denominator is 4 times 4. So you can cancel this out. 3 over 4. Okay, how about the next example? Okay, denominator is the same. So what we do is add the numerators over the same denominator. Then that is 12 over 8x. So that's it, right? That's it. So when you add fractions with the same denominators, then it is very simple. But if the denominators are different, then, well, we need to find the LCM, least common multiple of the denominator. So let's think about that addition. Okay, so when you add fractions with different denominators, you cannot add the numerators because first we need to rewrite the fractions as equivalent fractions with a common denominator. Okay, so the common denominator means is the least common multiple of the denominators. Okay, so always we have to make same denominators. That is the LCM of the denominator. So let's add these two fractions. As we see this, the denominators are different. This is 4 and 3. Since this is different, we have to write an equivalent fraction for each of them so that the denominators will be the LCM. least common multiple. So what is the LCM of 4 and 3? The denominators, 4 and 3. That is 3 times 4 is 12, right? 12. So you can rewrite it. So we learn how to convert to how to write an equivalent fraction, right? So the 3/4 will be what? The denominator will be 12. Because 4 times 3 is 12. So let me write it here. Okay, let me write. So that is 3 over 4 plus 2 over 3. So what we're gonna do is multiply this 4 by what? 3, so that you can multiply the numerator by 3. Because we want the denominator to be 12. So 4 times 3 is 12. So multiply the numerator by 3, which is 9. Okay, this 3 became 12 because we can multiply the denominator by 4 to make it 12, right? So multiply the numerator by the same number 4. So the numerator becomes 8. So we just converted a fraction into an equivalent fraction. And then since the denominator is the same, because the denominator is the LCM of 4 and 3. So what we can do is just add the numerators. 9 plus 8. 17 over 12. Okay, so you can write it as 17 over 12, or you can write it in a mixed number. So 17 divided by 12 is 1, and then 5 remainder. Right? So you can write it like this. So this is really important. When the fractions are different, we want to add two fractions with different denominators, find the LCM of the denominators. So convert the denominator into the LCM, and then find out the number that is multiplied to the denominator to make the LCM. Then multiply the numerator by the same number. Okay, let's do more examples. Okay, here's different types of an example. This is also important. Okay, the mixed number 2 and 1/2 is the sum of 2 and 1/2. So we can write it something like this. You have a mixed number, then this can be written as sum of 2 and 1/2. Something like this. Okay, so how about this? What if we have something like this? 3 plus 4/5. Then this is equivalent to what? 3 and 4/5. Or if you have 8 plus 7 over 9, then you can write it as some mixed number 8 and 7/8, 7/9. Okay, or if you have a mixed number, something like 5 and 2/3, then you can write it as what? 5 plus 2 over 3. You have 6 and 4/7. Then this is equal to what? 6 plus 4 over 7. Can you see how this works? Okay, so this may be helpful when you add the same sign of fractions, mixed numbers. Okay, let's try this, adding these two mixed numbers. Okay, as you see, 3 and 4 is, you can separate it, but in this case, you don't have to separate. And the denominators are different. So why don't we rewrite this mixed number as equivalent fractions with the LCM of the denominators, common denominators. So what is the LCM of 8 and 12? So that is 24, right? 24, because 24 is a multiple of 8. Okay, we learn how to find the LCM, right? LCM. So okay, let's find how we found this LCM 24. Okay, 8 is what? 8 is 2 times 2 times 2, right? So 2 cubed. 12 is 2 times 6. Okay, 12 is 4 times 3, right? 4 is 2 squared and 3. So LCM is the product of what? Product of factor that has the largest one. So 2 is a factor, but 2 cube is the largest one, and 3 is the largest one. Oh, sorry, right? So 2 cube is 8. So LCM is 2 cubed times 3, which is 8 times 3 is 24. Okay, that is how we got the LCM. So let me rewrite it. So 3 times 5 over 8. Let me duplicate the question. So now the denominator, okay, now the denominator is 24, right? 24. Let us write 24. Okay, so what do you add? Multiply the numerator and the denominator of this fraction. So 8 times 3 is 24. So multiply the numerator by 3. That is 15. Okay, now 12 is multiplied by 2 to make it 24. So 7 times 2 is 14. Okay, so this is equal to... Okay, now 3 and 4, it can be separated. So 3 plus 4 is what? 7, right? 7. And the numerator, you can add the numerators. So 15 plus 14 is 29, right? Over 24. All right. Then this is equal to what? 7 plus 29 over 24. So this is an improper fraction. Then improper fraction is what? 1 and 5 is the remainder over 24. So this is equal to 7 plus 1 plus 5 over 24. So finally this is equal to 8 plus 5 over 24. Now go back to the mixed number, 8 and 5 over 24. Wow, it's a long step, right? Long step, really long step. But I made it long, but you can cut some steps here. Or is it okay? We can make an improper fraction. So 3 times 8 is 24. 24 plus 5 is 29. Plus the second fraction is 4 times 12 is 48. 48 plus 5 is 55. And the LCM, this may take a little bit longer because LCM is 24, right? 24. And then you have to multiply 29 by 3, right? And the 55 by what? 2. We are using large numbers, so this may not be effective. But let's try. So 29 times 3 is 7. 167, right? Sorry, not that one. $87. And then the next one, 55 times 2 is 110. So that is equal to, so 87 plus 110 is 197 over 24. This one takes a lot of time, right? 197 divided by 24 is 8 and 8 is what? Okay, 5 remainder. So we got the same number. So you can either solve at these fractions using writing in improper fraction first and then calculate, Or you can just utilize the mixed number. So 3 and 4 separate 3 and 4. Get 3 and 4 and then use 5/8 and 7 over 12. Then this may be, the first step may be easier, right? Easier. Okay, now let's add these three fractions. Okay, first of all, what is the LCM? What's the LCM of the denominators? 8, 4, and 6. Okay, the denominator comes from the larger number. So 8 is not a multiple for 6. So what is the next multiple of 8? 16, right? 16 is a multiple of 4 and 6. No. How about the next one? Next multiple of 8 is 24. And 24 is a multiple of 4 and 6. So let's write an equivalent fraction. So all the fractions will have the same denominator, 24. Right? So what's the numerator? Okay, 8 times 3 is 24. 8 times 3 is 24. So multiply 3 by what? 3. And for the second one, multiply 3 by what? Okay, 4 times 6 is 24. So 4 multiply 6 by 3. 6. Okay, and then multiply 5 by what? 6 times what is 24? 4, right? 4. Okay, so that is equal to negative. The denominator is 24. The numerator is 9. And 3 times 6 is 18 over 24 plus negative 20 over 24. So since we have fractions with the same denominator, we can add the numerators. So negative 9. The first one is negative 9. So move negative to the top. So it'll be negative 9 plus 18 plus negative 20. So that is equal to, so negative 9 plus 18 is 9 plus negative 20 over 24. So 9 plus negative 20 is negative 11 over 24. Now you can move the negative sign to the front, so 11 over 24. So the result is negative 11 over 24. Okay, when you do a subtraction of fractions, it is the same as the process of addition of fractions. So here's a over b minus c over b. Then since the denominator is the same, what we do is subtract the numerator. So a minus b. So a minus c. Okay, and also since this is a fraction, the denominator b cannot be equal to 0. Okay, so for this one, the denominator is the same. So you can write the same denominator and then subtract the numerator. So 5 minus 3. Then this is equal to 2 over 8 and then reduce it. So 1 over 4. How about this one? The negative sign is in the front side. So you can move the negative sign to the numerator. So 5 and then the numerator is negative 9 minus 5 over 12. Okay, in that case, the denominators are different, right? Okay, okay, the denominator is different, so in this case, we have to find LCM, right? LCM of 5 and 6. What is the LCM of 5? The denominators, 5 and 12. So that is equal to, in this case, we have to multiply, right? So that is 60. So this is equal to, make the denominator 60, and multiply 9 by 12. The fraction is not good because we have to multiply a large number. So the numerator will be negative 9 times 12, right? 12. And the bottom one is, the next one is 5 times 5, right? 5. So that is equal to 60 is denominator. Multiply this to 100, negative 108, minus 60 and 25. So finally, we can subtract the numerators. So negative 108 minus 25. Then negative 133 over 60. So you can move the negative sign in front of the fraction. Just something like this. Okay, when we subtract mixed numbers, we can subtract the whole number parts and subtract the fraction parts. And sometimes we may be involved in borrowing. So, okay, first, since the denominators are different, write the fraction with the LCM of the denominators. So 8 and 6, LCM of, what's the LCM of 8 and 6? So that is equal to 24, right? So let us write 24. So 8 times 3 is 24, so 1 times 3 is 3. And 64 became 24 by multiplying 6 by what? 4, right? So multiply 5 by 4, it's 20. Okay, now the denominator is same, but look at this. 3 is less than 20, right? 3 is less than 20, so why don't we make 3 larger than 20? So borrow 1 from 9. Okay, so in this case, I'm gonna borrow 1 from 9. From 9 for the mixed number 9 and 3 over 24. Okay, so 9 becomes 8 and 24. So you have 24 in the numerator, so 24 plus 3 is 27. So now we can subtract. Subtract 20 from 27. So you can subtract 8, like 2 from 8, so 8 minus 2 is 6. Make sense? And then 27 minus 20 is 7 over 24. So this is much easier, right? Much easier, simpler. Okay, why did we borrow 1 from 9? Because 3 is less than, because 3 is less than 20. So actually, we cannot subtract, right? 3 minus 20. So make 3 larger than 20, so we can borrow 1 from 9. Okay, is 3/8 a solution of the equation? Okay, so this means the variable w, if the value of the variable w is 3/8, then will the equation be true? So let's find out whether the equation is true by substituting 3/8 for 6. Okay, let's find out whether it's true. So w is 3/8. So 3/8 minus 5/6. Then this is equal to the LCM. What's the LCM? LCM of 8 and 6, that is 24, right? 24. So it is 24. And the 8 times 3 is 24. So 3 times 3 is 9. 24. And 6 times 4 is 24. So 5 times 4 is 20. So 9 minus 20 over 24. So that is equal to negative 11 over 24, right? And this one is what? This is 2/3, which is not equal. Right? Not equal. So the answer is no. 3/8 is not a solution of the equation. Okay, this is pretty simple. Okay, what's the difference between these two fractions? Okay, difference between means just subtraction, right? Subtraction, minus. So 11 and 7 over 6 minus 10 and 7/8. Okay, now the denominators are different. So what is the LCM? What is the LCM of the denominator? 6 and 8. 24, right? 24. So let's rewrite this one in an improper fraction, or not improper fraction, in an equivalent fraction. So denominator 6 becomes 24. So 6 multiplied by 3 is 24. So 7 times 3 is 21. Minus 10 and 8 is 20, became 24. So 8 times 3 is 24. 7 times 3 is 21. Sorry. 3, right? 3. And then the first one. Sorry, this is, okay, this will be 6 times 4 is 24. So 7 times 4 is 20. 23, right? 4. 7 times 4. Okay, 16. Okay, 7/8. What is that? Well, I copied the question incorrectly. 7, it should be 7 over 16. But let's try this and see what happens. So this is equal to, okay, so that is, since this is subtraction, you can subtract the whole number part. So 11 minus 10. So 11 minus 10 is what? Well, we should not have, okay, so 11 minus 10 is 1, and 28 minus 21 is 7, and the denominator is 24. Okay, so that's the result. Okay, now let's try this. 11 and 7 over 16. Okay, it's supposed to 16, so let's try this one. Then first, what is the LCM? What's the LCM of 16 and 8? So 16 is a multiple of 8, so 16 is the LCM. So we can just write the equivalent fraction for the second part. So 8 becomes 16. So 8 times 2 is 16. So multiply 7 by 2, it's 14. Now, denominator is the same, but look at this. 7 and 14 is, 7 is less than 14, right? So we borrow 1 from 11. So the first mixed number will become 10 and, okay, you borrow 1 from 11, so that will be 16, right? So 16 plus 7 is 23. Now we can subtract the whole number parts. So 10 minus 10 is 0, it's gone. And then we can subtract the fraction part. So 23 minus 14. So that is 9 over 16. So this is the result. So the difference is 9 over 16. All right, so that's it for this section.